excited to have you here and to be with you here this morning. And I'm excited because I have my freedom to make decisions and to also to make choices for myself and also to think and decide on the amount of money I want to make. Right? That is the freedom I have. And that makes me so excited every morning whenever I wake up because I know I have my destiny in my own care and I have to decide on what I want so that I can go for it. Right? I do not wait for anyone to tell me what to do. I do not wait for anyone to tell me that this is the money you need to go for it. No, because I'm a trader and I decide for my freedom, right? No one should ever decide for the freedom you want. It is important. It is a key word in your own dictionary. The, the most important word in your life dictionary should be freedom. Freedom. Freedom is important. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to have you here this morning. I'm very excited to be here this morning because I thank God I'm a crypto trader and I have my freedom. I don't thank God because it's Friday, because I already enjoy all the days, not only was Friday, right? Okay, so as we used to do, today is on Monday, as we gathered here to address questions and then also answer. And fortunate for those who joined early, we enjoy the free signal here that has delivered and still delivering, right? It has delivered and it is still delivering. So those who joined early, that was the free gift that we got to also ascertain ourselves and also enjoy our freedom and liberty we have as traders, right? And that is the bond and the share we have together as traders, to enjoy knowledge together and then also enjoy money together, right? So that is it. And I believe with time, if you don't have your personal freedom, if you don't have your full freedom, I know through this crypto trading thing, you will be able to gain your freedom, right? You'll be able to gain your personal freedom, your time freedom, your personal liberty. You gain it and you tell yourself that, of course, I fought the good fight, right? Okay, so now let me give you the opportunity. So, for the sake of those who don't know me, I would also use this opportunity to introduce myself. I am Brother Emmanuel, right? I am Brother Emmanuel from Ghana, Accra, to be precise, and I've been trading for the past years. Both personally, I started doing manual trading, and then was fortunate enough I discovered RoyalQ, and since then my life has never been the same. I've seen the future with excitement, and it has been so amazing, so blessed, and I am blessed to have such a great community too. Having you here all the time, I think about you and I love you a lot. I always dream of building something so great, and I know together having you here, we all may be able to build something so great, right? I've never slept and I've always been thinking of what I can do so greatly to ensure I can impact massively in everyone's life. And that is my vision, that is my goal, and that is my mantra. Doing something sure everyone can be able to do it. Rise up, right? So I do think a lot about you, and with that, I always ensure that we may do the right thing, so make more progress. Right. So let's start. Now, I give you the opportunity for you to ask your question. I give you the opportunity. So, in this session, you can type your question in the chat box, or you can also raise your hand and then also ask your question. You can type your question in the chat box or raise your hand and then ask your question. Yes, that is how we are going to handle this session. You type your question in the chat box or you raise your hand using the Zoom to also ask your question very nicely. So you have the opportunity to do so, and you can do so now. You can type your question in the chat box. So whilst we are doing that, whilst you are doing that, I believe for a couple of days now, 2 days now, we've seen the trend of the market. We've seen that it is on downtrend for some time now, since almost 2 days that it has been so. But still, we keep moving. We keep moving because we are more than conquerors, We are more than conquerors. Yes, KDA is really KDA. KDA is really KDA, and that is how the day is going, right? KDA is really KDA, and the day is what the day is going. I'm very excited. Yeah. Okay, so someone listen. Bye. I guess you can hear me. Your latest we'll work on it so that you get it right. So dim, you get it if God permits by the close of the day, you'll get it, or if not today, tomorrow you'll get it. So please, that is how I can answer that question. So please, if you have any question, you can ask your question now. Whilst I'm waiting for you to ask your question, let's enjoy communication whilst you also get prepared. Yesterday, it seems some of you joined yesterday we were having the action, right? Yesterday we were having the advanced session, and unfortunate, my phone went off and we couldn't continue the session. So this is not a continuation of that session, but whilst I'm waiting, because it seems no one has got a question yet to ask. So whilst we are waiting, I will still continue to advise you more on trading, to share more experience with you. Having been in this industry for the past 8 years, I've seen a lot. I've seen both ups and downs. I've seen the good side. I've seen the bad. With all humility, what I've been saying is that having been in trading for the past 8 years, gainer. That is find myself to be that I keep learning every day. I keep growing every day. That we've trained a lot of people in this industry. We've built a lot, we've trained a lot, and we've gathered a lot. We've gained a lot, and in fact, we've gone far. But still, I accept the facts of gratitude that we are still in the process of what of learning, and trading is not a it's a marathon. Listen, trading is not a sprint, it's a marathon journey. And you need to take your time to learn. You have to take things easy on yourself. You may fall, you may rise, you grow. But even most often, when it comes to the use of RoyalQ, what I've been saying is, if you are fortunate enough to get RoyalQ, then I believe you are so fortunate and God has really blessed you, right? Because what a lot of people go through outside there before they can be able to make it in their journey. Sometimes you see someone just activate about 2 3 days and then the person has started making money. The person has less or no knowledge about trading, but with the guidance of um experts, or yes, with the guidance of experts, you realize that sooner or later the person is making abnormal money in the what in the market for some time. Yes, but the tragedy is that when the reality begins to hit some of us or some people, then they begin to collapse. They'll be like, oh, but you didn't tell me, oh, this. Yes. So please, my advice to you is that um you have to take things easy on yourself. Don't be too hard. Ups and downs are involved in trading. Look, if trading were to be so easy, like people will quit their job all the time and be in. But it's because trading is not easy and their job too is not easy. So you decide to choose the one of the difficult parts for yourself to win. And that is the reason why, in order not for us to settle for less, we decide to go for trading. Others to decide to sit on their 9 to 5 job till they die or till they go for pension, right? So the fact is, trading is not so easy. Yes, we are finding ways and means to minimize the stress, or reduce the stress involved. I mean, the difficulties. That's the reason why we are using these bots. But in as much as you are using these bots, it's never neglect the fact that we may also see some of the challenges very well. Yes, both on the spot and then also on the futures. So do not let anyone lure you outside there that there is a safer place, a safer zone to be. and that is the best place that you could cater for yourself. Yes, you may have the best place, but never underestimate challenges. I never underestimate challenges because I know in life in itself is full of challenges. And it is through those challenges we are able to win, right? So, my dear, once you are starting your journey, whilst I'm proceeding to answer some of the questions, that is a slight information I can share with you. Take things easy on yourself. You can win. In fact, and I was saying something. So, first, before I proceed, how can one effectively reduce his position size in an active trading using the robots? In an active trading using the robots. Okay, so now, size in an active trading, there are two sides of it. A trading in an active position may either be in profit or may be in loss. Okay, a trade in an active position may either be in profit or what or loss. So, for instance, um, this month I've already worked on this asset called KDA. So let's use that as a typical example. Okay, so first now I don't have any ongoing trade. So let's see. So if you want to reduce position size in an active trade, there are two things that involve. There are two things that is involved. And when you do that, when we say someone is reducing a position size, first it simply means he's trying to withdraw parts or yes, remove part of the funds in the trade. So let's assume you have so let's assume you have $100 as your position size. Okay, the trader may decide to use maybe just 10, reduce it to 90. And when we do this, instead of we having $100 in the funds or in the market, we reduce it to what? To 90. So the question is, how can someone effectively do that? And the advantages of doing this is, especially when the market is highly going against you, when you reduce the position size, it reduces your risk of getting liquidated as well. But that may not be fair enough. Why? Because it may not help you to get triggered with the exact profit you want to get. So, for instance, the question about how to effectively do that, even though I don't have any serious trade in the market now, on the futures market, but let's see. So, for instance, blunt here, the trade I open is closed. Okay, the trade I open is what? It's closed. So let's look at this. So create. No, I'm waiting for KDA to hit the next distance so that I re-enter again. Let's look at it. So okay, okay. So let's see. All right. Okay. Okay. Are we trading now? Why? What's happening? Okay. So I want to answer your question. Okay, by using this scenario here to help you get um an answer to that question. Okay. All right. Okay. So the trade is set. Isn't it set? Is it network or what? Man, is it network? Oh, what's happening? Mm, 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 mm. Man, what is happening? Okay, let me change the so. Oh, nice. All right, so let's proceed. No, I don't know why. Okay, now so the position sizing. Yes, I have more than that. I have more than that. You could see it's activate. It's activated. Mm, okay. So let's try again and see. Maybe I'm making a mistake elsewhere. Maybe I'm making a mistake elsewhere. So um, okay. Okay. Anyway, let's use this. So let me save this. Actually, if you don't have funds, this will not even appear. This would not appear. Do you get it? If you don't have funds, this will not appear at all. Yeah. So okay, good. Okay. Now, if it happens that we want to close this particular position, okay, or what we're talking about. So let's assume you come here. If you want to reduce the position size, if you want to reduce the position size, when we talk of reducing position size, it simply means you just want to close a part of the trade. That is what it means. You want to close a part of the what? A part of the trade. So when you come here, you see we have this here 25, 50, 75. So closing the position size may be of two things. Either the trade is in ongoing profit, so you want to take profit. That is what we call trailing stop loss or trailing take profit. Okay, so you want to close the trade, but you want to just close a part of the trade. In this case, since you want to close a part of the trade, you just come here. This is how to effectively so over here you come here, you click on this. Either if you want to close 50% of the position size, you click on 50%. That simply means if you have 100 position size in the market, automatically 50 will be closed, then it will remain with what? 50. If you want to close 25%, 25 will be closed, then it will be remain with what? With 25. Here. So having this here simply means that if you want to effectively close your position size, this is how to go by it. I don't know if you get it. So if I want to close this position size, I'm not closing all. You can see presently it is in a profit of 6%. Okay, this is a 6%. 0.6, sorry, 0.6 what percent. So since 0.6, maybe I want to close a part of it in profits, I'll just click on 25. Now if I click on that, this is the estimated profits I'm going to I'm selling the trade at. Look at it, 0.80 something something. Do you get it? If I choose 50%, this is the profit, right? So I'm closing the trade using the current market price, right? Using the what? The current market price of the signal. I'm closing it within this. That is how to close position size. So I guess answer. So the person how can one effectively reduce his position size and trade using the bots. This is how to go by it, right? By. So if you want to reduce the purchasing size, just click on close button. Reducing simply means you are removing part of the fat in ongoing trade. So hope question hope your question is answered clearly. Let me know your question has been answered. Okay, so please you can also ask your question. Let me see hands up. Okay, so Joseph Adigan. So Joseph, you've been asked to unmute. Ask your question. Joseph, you ask. Sorry. Okay, proceed. Proceed to ask your question.
Yeah. So thank you for the opportunity. So from what you showed me now, from the question the person asked, I didn't see where you actually click to get the page for position where we could adjust the percentage. Are we going to click on buy or sell to see that page where you can adjust the percentage and stuff?
Okay, all right. So let's go back again. Let's go
Right.
back. I purposely opened that position because of the question. So let's go back. So so let's come here. So click on this. So now you have the current price. Okay. So when you click on the current price, I want. Okay. So you can see here, the trade is closed. Hmm. So basically, when you click on there is no position, it is closed. So what we are trying to mean is when you click on that, you may see the percentages there, right? Click on it to choose whatever you want to choose. Hope you get it. Please, do you get it? Okay, so let me see the next question. Let me see the next question. So someone is asking, does closing a position size actually reduce one capital in an active trade? Yes. Yes. So when you are closing it simply means that you are um closing or reducing part of the size or the size of the funds that you are using to trade. That is what it means. And your capital in an active trade. Now, the purpose of doing this is sometimes if it happens that the trade is getting liquidated, when you do that, it reduces the pressure at which your trade will be liquidated. Okay, now my profit has not risen to 5% at once, but I see for other people even to plus 300 and above in a single trade. What is the difference? Now, there is no magic here. You see, in the futures trading, okay, in the futures trading, let me use the good. Now you just saw 170. The trade that we just opened? You saw 17%, right? Now, in an actual sense, 1% simply means 10%. So when the person shares and then he says um the trade has been done, the deal has been closed with total of maybe 200%. It simply means that the trade was having a take profit of 20%. 1% go 10%. Each 1% means 10%. So you see on the RoyalQ, we use the take profit in terms of what percentage, that is 1%, which was formerly used on the spot market. So 1% in each trade simply means 10%. So as you see 17, that is 170, right? As you see 10%, 17, that is 170. So in an actual sense, that is plus 170, but in an actual 17. I don't know if you get it. So something, and then also, so if it happened that you see, let's 100 from the person's ROI, 1,000 results. I don't know if you get. Okay, so someone is asking, why is it that if you post a trade and it reaches someone's network, am I audible? Why is it that if you post a trade and it reaches TP, it does not close? But if it reaches liquidation price, it closes. Yes, the reason why when it reaches liquidation price, it closes is with the TP, it simply means you've left your ceiling uncovered. But when it comes to liquidation, there is a particular price to which the trade will close. Mind you, the trade is still ongoing, but you have decided to leave the ceiling uncovered. But your support is still covered. So this is how it works. When you pause the trade, okay, now we are come to we'll do one here. We'll just practice one here. Now this is the ceiling, the support. So this is your liquidation price, let's say 0.2, and you've left, instead of you this, maybe this is your TP zone, but because you don't want the TP to hit, you've left it uncovered. That is the meaning of the pausing. You pause the trade simply means you've left the TP to continue going, to continue going, to continue going. So in this case, if it happens that it keeps going, you've left this place uncovered. Nothing is here, but this is the ceiling, the support area. That is the price limit, that when the price gets here, it should close, but the TP has been left uncovered. So Denmark, I don't know if you get my explanation to your question. Denmark, do you get my explanation to your question? So for instance, let's assume, once again. So let me look at okay. So this is KDA, right? Good. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Me, I've told you KDA is your own choice. You can decide what to do with it. You can decide what to do with the information about KDA. It's your choice. right? So let me pause this. Okay, good. So I've paused this trade. Now, as I pause this trade, it simply means I've uncovered the take profits, but the liquidation price, this is it, it still exists. Okay, the liquidation price is still active, and as a result of that, if the trade happens that it triggers on stop loss or on liquidation price, it will be closed, right? It will be what? It will be closed. But if it happens that it keeps going, the take profit has been uncovered, there is no ceiling to it, so it can keep going and going and going. I've paused this trade and I'll bring you the results later. I've paused this trade and I'll do what? I'll bring you the results what? Later, right? So let's proceed. So let's see the next question. Okay, okay, not clear enough. Okay, so Denmark, I guess with what I just shared, is it clear now? So someone is also asking, um, is my FBA, if my FBA is $10, am I going to $100 to enter the trade on a leverage of? So yes, so if it happens that you have where is it? If it happens that you have, let's say, $10 and you go for a leverage of 10, it simply means your position size is going to be 10 times 10, which is going to give you 100. So please, that is it. So if your FBA is 10, that is your margin. Your actual money is what? Is $10, right? And then your leverage is 10x. That is going to give you $100. Yeah. All right. Now, when someone is in floating loss for some months, what strategy is going to use? What strategy is the person going to use for the person to come out of it quickly? So, if it happens that you are in floating loss for some months and you want to get out of the floating loss very quickly, what could help you is one, check the condition of the asset. Listen, it's not every asset you have to be quick enough to come out of floating loss. When I say you have to be quick, for you to get out of floating loss, the first factor of getting out of floating loss is this. The first factor of getting out of floating loss is this. One, adding more capital, that is opening more margin calls. Adding more capital. Adding more capital. If you add more capital, it draws the average price closer to the current price. But listen, before you invest more on a particular asset, check the nature of the asset, that it is not one of these foolish or stupid assets that will just be eating your money without giving you results. Rosie, do you get it? So if you want to get out of floating loss very fast, it's all about money. There, aside money, there is nothing more to that. If you want to get out of floating loss, it's about adding more funds to the trade by opening more margin calls to ensure the average price can be drawn closer to the current price. Rosie, hope that is okay. Okay, so Denmark, if it's clear, let me know. So if my trade delivers in a short period of time, say like 5 minutes, am I paid funding fee? Please enlighten me on that concept of funding fee. All right. Now, when we talk of the funding fee, let me see if there is any hand up. Okay, so Joseph, your hand will be pulled down. So when we talk about the issue on the funding fee, let's assume this is the range. The last time we talked about it. Exactly. What money cannot do, more money can do. Yes, what money cannot do, more money can do. So let's funding fee, maybe it's within 8 hours. Now, if your trade closes within 5 minutes and this time frame of 8 hours hasn't yet ended, you are not paying the funding fee. The funding fee is paid after this 8 hours has the countdown of 8 hours has ended. All those who open the trade, who still exist in this trade within this frame after the 8 hours has ended, everyone, even if you open the trade within 1 minute, you will still pay. Even if you open in 30 seconds and then this funding rates ended, you will still pay. Bob, hope you get it. Hope you get it. Okay. Okay, very good. So this mark is saying it's clear. So hope Bob, hope you get it. Please, coach, with current market conditions, what do you think about the altcoin? It's going to be parabolic movement. Is it still going to be parabolic movement? Okay, so now the honest truth about the market is the market has slide into the hands of let me say institutional traders as compared to retail traders. Formerly, the crypto market was being organized, operated, controlled by normal traders. But now the government is also interfering into the crypto markets, which and he's hiding under most institutions, right? He's hiding under most institutions, and this should tell us that the crypto mainstream is no longer becoming a one corner game. It is becoming an international game for everyone, just like the forex market, right? So it simply means part of these decisions are being changed with time. Looking at how things were being done, it seems now things are not being done the same. So when it comes to the parabolic movements of the market, I can say yes, it can happen, right? But now, what I will tell every trader is simple. We have to refine our ideas about the markets. Listen, what I'm saying is not everyone that will agree with me, but that is the truth. We have to refine our ideas about the market because sometimes it seems the cycle is slightly changing. The cycle of the crypto market is slightly changing because when you look at the previous charts, when you look at history behind the chart, you realize that things as it stands by this time, we should be seeing things like in a different move. But here we are from January till now. Anytime the market begins to take its actual trend, then it changes. This should tell you that things are changing and we need to refine our understanding about the market. So what I can say is it may go parabolic, but for now, we still keep our fingers crossed, observing what institutions are doing to the market. Hope that is clear. What money cannot do, more money can do. Yes, so Simba understand that concept of money. That's what money cannot do, more money can do. All right, so it's clear. But I don't have money to add to it now. Yes, so if you don't have money to add to an ongoing trade or a floating loss, then the best advice is to leave it, right? Is to exercise patience, right? The best advice is to exercise what patience to that particular trade. Since more money cannot be operated on that, exercise patience to ensure the trade will be closed at its right time. How do I identify the good coins to trade, not the fake ones? How do I identify the good coins to trade? Then Tutucoin is very high in floating losses. That is about $80. Yes, so exercise patience, right? So Rosie, the best thing you could do is to exercise patience. So how do you identify a strong coin to trade? Right? That is the question that he is asking. That how do you get a strong coin to trade and not on a fake coin, right? And not on what? On a fake coin. Okay, so let's look at it. Now, when you go to CoinMarketCap, when you go to CoinMarketCap, you would be able to see some of the coins. Okay, you'd be able to see some of the coins, and we have classes. So, for instance, if you want to identify strong coins, yesterday I talked about utility tokens or utility coins. So, click on CoinMarketCap. Okay, CoinMarketCap. Now, when you come on CoinMarketCap, we have the top 100 cryptocurrencies. You can see by rank. So this is it. Let me get back coins. I want to use the pointer to come on. I okay. So come here on CoinMarketCap. We have some of the coins here. Oh, what is this? So by rank, you can see we have this here, all coins. So when you click on all coins, we have the top 100 cryptocurrencies, the top 200. If you want to get strong ones, the top 100 cryptocurrencies are very good enough, right? Most of them are utility tokens or utility coins. So starting from BTC down the line, okay, they are all good coins that you can do or you can trade on them. They are all, most of them are good coins that you can do. So from the, you can consider the top 100 cryptocurrencies. If possible, the top 50 cryptocurrencies, then you focus on those top 50 cryptocurrencies, right? So that is what I can say for now. If the time is due, or when the time is due for us to talk about market analysis, I will share more light, or I will throw more light on that. So in as much as you are having the Q&A is to help you, enlighten you, and also we have specific classes that we go detailed into all the sessions that we may discuss on the Q&A, right? So if you want the good coins and not the fake ones, then this place may be good enough for you to get good project coins to do or to trade on them. And some of these coins, sometimes they deliver very late, they are slow sometimes, but they will never land you into trouble. They will never land you into trouble. All right. Hope that is clear. Hope that is clear. Okay. So let me see. Um. Okay. So Tutu is very high in floating loss of about $80. Yes. So for now, since you don't have more funds to open, just take your time and then also exercise patience. Notwithstanding, in your free time, you can also come to CoinMarketCap. You search for Tutu. I see the reason why maybe it is not performing or it is slow. So just come here, type Tutu. Hmm? So let's wait for it to load. Very good. So tap on it and learn whatever you wish to learn about what about Tutu. Learn whatever you wish to learn. You check the market cap, the price. So you take your time. All these ones you get back here. We will discuss more on them when we are having the market analysis. Okay. So take your time. So come here and then study Tutu. Have a full-time course on what on Tutu. Read more the community, the market, um about Tutu, its historical um data, and then also about Tutu, whatever you wish to know about Tutu, its purpose and what it is serving. You sometimes some coin may not serve serious purpose in the crypto community, and like I've been saying, every single crypto asset serves a purpose. So some serves low purpose, some serve high purpose. Depend on the purpose that the asset is serving, and then also its value in the what in the marketplace. That is it. So please, what if we wait and it refuses to come back and the floating loss is over a year? What if we wait and it refuses to come back and the floating loss is over a year? Yes, we understand a coin can sometimes it can keep very long before delivering. And most especially if that particular coin is not a utility token, or it's not backed by a a strong project coin, it may end up being what? Being delisted. It may end up being what? Being delisted. So in the case of this, it's two things. If you think you've done your thorough research about the coin and it doesn't serve any better value, and you still think it keeps going down, please, it is better for you to, someone will say it is better for you to reduce your risk than to lose all. Yeah, it makes sense sometimes. So then in that case, if you think that particular coin is not too good, then you may close it in loss and then get your little funds back to do whatever you want to use to do, right? Yes, I'll tell you this. So close it, get your time, get your little funds back, and then use to do whatever you want to use it to do. All right. So how about how about trailing stop loss? Can you explain it again? How about trailing stop loss? Can you explain it again? Okay. So basically, when we talk of trailing stop loss, okay, let me see. All right, so I'll get back to this. So when we talk of trailing stop loss, here's the idea. So let's assume my take profit is within this zone. Okay, I've set up a take profit. My stop loss is below here. So when we talk of trailing stop loss, basically the idea of trailing stop loss is simple. When the price is going up, when the price move from my take profit and it goes beyond that, I want to bring back the stop loss here, right? So that even if the market goes against me, I wouldn't lose the profit. That is a trailing stop loss. So if it happens that the market rises and I'm in profit, below it, I bring back my stop loss. So instead of my stop loss being here, my stop loss rather comes here so that I wouldn't lose the profit I've made. So the trade will close below my take profit instead. This means when it closes below my take profit, I was rather in profit and not in loss. That is the meaning of the trailing stop loss. Okay, but mostly it's more technical. Okay, so let me see. I have a very long message here. Please, will Binance also obey or authorize the percentage position closing of 50% position closing instruction I gave to RoyalQ to close position for my trade at 50% profit? Why I ask this? Because I had an experience where I chose to close 50% of my trade position on RoyalQ on profits as you adjust or did or thought on RoyalQ. To my greatest surprise, Binance closed all my trade position while RoyalQ was still buying, busy running my already closed position trade by Binance. What could be the reason for that, please? And what would I have done on my Binance app for Binance to obey my 50% position closing order instruction I give on RoyalQ? Please, thank you. All right, so thank you. You are welcome. So now, what I know is that if it's happening that you are closing part of the trade, it simply means it's part of the funds that is going out of the account. Unless otherwise, you maybe the fund that you were having in your trade wasn't enough. So sometimes what happens is maybe you have $10, okay? Your margin is $10, which in an actual sense you have in an actual sense, maybe you've closed part of the position, which maybe you close 50% of it. All what you remain with is $5. Mind you, it's $5. And if it happens, the market is going against you, it can close or you'll be liquidated. And when liquidation happens, this trade will continue to exist on RoyalQ whilst there will be no trade in your Binance account. So unless otherwise liquidation happens, if liquidation happens, that trade will be closed in your exchange whilst it will be remain in your RoyalQ. Mind you, anytime liquidation happens, it happens in the exchange, not on RoyalQ. So if you close the trade and you don't take care to realize that the funds is not enough and liquidation triggers, automatically that trades in the exchange will close whilst it remains in your exchange on your RoyalQ. Sorry. Hope that is clear. So maybe since you didn't actually know what you've done, that is what may have happened, right? Okay, so let me see. Can I choose like only one coin to trade every day and time from the market cap and not depend on group signal? Yes, of course, you can do that. That is depending on your understanding about the coin you are trading, both on the spot market and also on the futures market. And like I've always been saying, you don't need to depend on signals before you trade. That is the reason why we teach or we handle the technical analysis session so that we can groom number of people, number of traders who can be able to learn on their own and become dependent. Right? So you can choose a coin. By choosing the coin, you have to take your time to analyze it technically, fundamentally, to know the potential of that coin, especially on the spot market. To know that that coin is too good to trade on it at any time, or anytime you want to trade on it, you know you love the coin. So in cryptocurrency, you see sometimes you watch on TikTok and then people will ask, what is your favorite cryptocurrency coin, or what's your favorite crypto? Then someone will be like BTC, someone will be like Ethereum, someone will be like Solana. Yes, it's because they've studied what I call the chemistry. You need to take your time to study the chemistry of the coin. When I talk of chemistry, what I mean is this. When I talk of chemistry of a coin, I mean the potential or the nature of that particular coin, what it is made up of, its strength, its weakness, market sentiment, they all form parts of its chemistry. So you must take your time to study the chemistry of the coin before you love or fall in love with it. So if you are a trader and you love a particular crypto asset, I know most of you love jelly jelly. If you love jelly jelly, you must take your time to study the chemistry of jelly jelly. If you don't understand the chemistry of jelly jelly, what it is made up of, its nature, how it rises, how it falls, how it's being manipulated all the time, you should never trade on jelly jelly. Look, when it comes to this particular asset that we are trading, okay, so this asset KDA. Now, I've taken time to explore more on KDA. Before some time now, I've been trading on it, and I've made more than $9,000 on KDA. Now, because KDA is going to be what is going to be delisted. So I've seen the history, I've taken time to read more about KDA, right? And since I know what could happen to KDA, I know where to go, how to handle KDA. That is the reason why I told you guys that as for me, I've shared the information about KDA with you. You can decide to do whatever you want to do with that information. It is your choice. It is your choice, right? So that is it. So at the end of the day, you must understand the chemistry of the coin before you fall in love with it or before you decide to do a trade on it. All right. So let me see. To add more margin call, to a trade in floating loss, is it going to be the same exact amount that was in floating loss that will be added to the trade to open more margin calls? No. To open more margin calls simply means you have more funds to buy more of the same asset. Okay? You have funds to buy more of the same asset. So let's assume you are trading on Solana. You already have $150 in Solana. You have $50 capital. You've gained $50 capital elsewhere. So to buy more margin call simply means you want to add the $50 in addition to the $150, whereby you can decide, okay, maybe I still want to supply it by $15 each. $15 each. So the $50 gets what? Exhausted. Or $20, $10. So it gets what? Exhausted. That is the meaning of adding margin calls, or yeah, adding more margin calls. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to add the exact amount you have to the trade. Hope that is clear. Sorry. Adi, hope that is clear. Hope that is clear. Okay. So let's see. No, Binance closed all my position on profits and never obeyed my 50 position closing instruction given on RoyalQ. So, well, so thank God at least you made your profit without in loss. So that is fine. Okay, now can my leverage also increase the margin call limits? Can my leverage also increase the margin call limits? And the answer is no. Can my leverage increase the margin call limits? The answer is no. The answer is no. Your leverage does not increases your margin call limit. Okay. So when choosing a coin on market cap, how do you know where to get take profits or long signal or short signal? Okay. How do you know? Now, when choosing a coin on or selecting a coin on market cap, you are not analyzing. Okay, it's part of, maybe it may be fundamental analysis depending on, so let me handle it this way. It depends on the type of analysis you are doing. But if it happens that you are using fundamental analysis, the purpose of fundamental analysis is to get the nature. So personally, I love science, so I love using some of the scientific terms like chemistry, biology. So um why am I? Okay, good. So now let's assume you want to trade what do you call it? Solana. This is USD. So let me go back. Maybe you want to trade Solana. Okay. Now why do you want to trade Solana? First, maybe the you are not considering first the chart here, but you are considering certain factors like maybe the total market cap, like the total market cap, the diluted market, fully diluted market cap, the supply, the volume. These are fundamental analysis, fundamentals. Okay. So the volume also gives you insight about technical. So after you are done with this, if you want to know the take profit, that is when you now jump here to do your technical what analysis. Do you get it? That is when you now jump here to do what? To do your technical analysis. So after knowing the coin to trade, that is when technical analysis comes in. So it is through technical analysis that you could be able to know that, okay, this is where my stop loss is supposed to be, this is where my take profit is supposed to be. Hope that is clear. Hope that is clear. Hope that is clear. So Susan, is that clear? So when it comes to the aspect of take profit is mostly measured by technical analysis. But for you to select the coin, it is fundamental analysis. So for you to also know that you are to long or to short it, it is also technical. Now, if it happens you want to use coin market cap, the main purpose of coin market cap is first for you to discover the fundamental nature of the coin. Right. So in most of our sessions, which in the advanced sessions, I'll be talking about that. If you want to trade a coin, both the fundamentals and the technical are important because it is the fundamental that gives you momentum about the asset or that gives you more energy about the asset. And after discovering the energy of the asset, that is when you can proceed to analyze it. Do you get it? So it is through technical analysis that you can get to know that the asset may go long or it may go what? It may go short. It is through fundamentals that you may also be able to know either the asset have the ability or the potential to go on long position. Especially sometimes you may, for instance, let's talk about KDA. KDA. Okay. So for instance, let me see. Let's say and see why I think KDA will still be on short position or long position. So KDA. Okay. Okay, this is it. So now let's come here. What could affect KDA's price? What are people saying about KDA? Maybe let's look at what people are saying. So, what is the latest news about KDA? What is KDA? What is next on KDA roadmap? What is the latest updates in KDA code base? So, let's look at what people are saying about KDA. Okay, now let's look at it. This will give us more insight for us to know either KDA has got potential. So, Cadenas abrupt shutdown sparks chaos. Some see a speculative gamble, others flee. Here is what's trending. So, team exit triggers 60% crash. Accusation of exit scam dominates. Exchanges rush to delist. Binance Gates .io drop KDA amid liquidity fears. Community splits. Die-hard bets on Bitcoin like decentralization. So these are some of the things people are saying about KDA, which you can see that there has been 60% crash or so, and also exchanges are rushing to delist KDA. So you could see that there is nothing good that the community are having about KDA for the meantime. So exit scam warning after shutdown bearish. You see, so looking at this, the views about KDA is not so interesting, and this will give you the trader a momentum to say that okay, a confidence to see that okay, it's possible that KDA could on the long run go on short position. That does not mean that on the short period of time it could not rise. It can rise. But the highest momentum of that particular coin from community, from people and other sentiment feel that the coin is not too good. Please hope you get it. And this will give you info to know that oh, this is what you are supposed to do, this is what you are not supposed to do. Do you get the idea? So that is it, right? That is it. So we have to take notice of that and move on. Okay, so let me look at the next question. Susan is saying not yet. So Susan, do you get it now? Do you get it now? So if I have KDA, for instance, if I have KDA, I've gone to CoinMarketCap, I've seen the info. What I want to do with that information depends on me. Do you get it? Sorry. Very good. So that is it. If I've seen the information about KDA, what I want to use that information to do depends on me. If the information sounds good to me, for me to think I can long it, I come to analyze, use my measuring to get area where I will place my take profit, area where I will place my stop loss. Simple as that. All right. Now, I guess there are no other questions. Let me see if there is any other hand up. There is no hand up yet. There is no hand up. If you have any question, you can drop it in the chat box. Are you enjoying the session? Are you enjoying the session? Are you enjoying the session? Let me know if you're enjoying the session. Are you enjoying the session? Are you enjoying? Those who joined early, we've made profits today. Those who joined early, we've made some money. Hmm? Are you enjoying the session? Let me know in the chat box. Let me know your review in the chat box. Are you enjoying the session? Hmm? Are you enjoying? Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. Okay. So thank you. All right. So if you have any question, you can also drop it in the chat box. If you have any question, you can also drop it in the chat box. So someone is saying, very well, but finding it difficult to understand. So please, which part of it are you finding difficult to understand? Which of them? We've answered so many questions here. So which of them are you finding so difficult to understand? Kindly come clear. So Alex Darko, Alex Darkon, please come clear with your question. Come clear with your question. Maybe there is a particular question that you couldn't get the explanation well or clear. Come clear so that I can also see you clearly. Okay. So try and get back, and then, if possible, identify the area you are finding it so difficult to understand, so that I will be able to provide an answer for you. Does pausing trade closes the trade? So pausing the trade does not close the trade. It still keeps it running until maybe profit has made for you to close it yourself, or liquidation has been triggered. But on the spot, pausing a trade exists forever and ever until maybe it is delisted. Yeah. So pausing a trade does not closes the trade. So what is the calculations on percentages which can rise, which can raise my profits high? What is the calculations on percentages which can raise my profits high? Please, can you come clearer? I'm not getting the question. What is the calculations on percentages which can raise my profits higher? Can you come clear, Ambrose? Can you come clearer for me? What is the calculations on percentages which can raise my profits higher? So Ambrose, please come clear for me, okay, so that I can get it. So Alex, I'm also waiting for you. If the part that you are finding so difficult to get is clear, kindly come clear so that I'll be able to assist you on that. Okay, so Ambrose, please reframe your question again. Reframe your question if possible, so that I can get it clear. I'm not getting what you are asking, please. Okay, so please, if you have any question, drop it in the chat box or raise your hand, ask, and let's discuss it together. Let's learn together. All right. So if I realize the questions, there are no more questions coming, then maybe you have to bring the session to an end, because we started 7 o'clock, which is 2 hours now, 6 minutes to 2 hours. Then we've been so good enough. Okay, so what is the calculation on percentages which can raise my profits higher? In other words, some people's profits rise very fast. What is behind that? Some people's profits rise very fast. Which what is behind that? Now, both on the spot market and then also on the futures market, there is only one thing that makes profit to rise very fast. That is one. I said there is only one. Okay, so let me consider two factors here instead of considering one. There are two factors that makes profit to rise very fast. If you are talking about profits rising, there are two factors. The first one is the price movement. The price movement. The second one is the leverage. Okay, leverage. So if someone's price will rise very fast, it's because one, the price is moving very fast. That is the price movement. The price moves very fast. Both trend, either uptrend or downtrend, it moves very fast. Then the leverage. Sometimes, even if the price moves very slow, because the person is using higher leverage, the profits would also rise. But I don't know the exact profit you are talking about. If you're talking about the ROI, which comes with sometimes 200% or 300%, I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But when you talk of profit, fast profits rising, that is the price movement and then also the leverage. So sometimes you may see 200%. It may be because the person is using higher leverage, maybe 10x, 15x, or 20x on that particular asset. That is why. Okay, let me see. I believe your question is answered. I believe your question is answered. I believe your question is answered. So, um, let me see. Okay. So I am new here with no knowledge and experience in these matters. The use of certain terms without defining them makes it difficult to follow. The use of certain terms without defining them makes it difficult to follow. All right, so Samuel Hineku Labi. I don't know if you are an Equiapim man. Samuel Hineku Labi. Are you an Equiapim man? All right, so sorry for that, okay? Sorry for that. Sorry for that. And I believe trading, that is how trading is. It won't take you a day. I understand sometimes we need some of the terms being defined. Okay. I understand sometimes we need trading being defined. And since you are new, I believe that it may be an inconvenience for you, but sorry for that, please. But with time, you become familiar with some of the terms as you keep joining. As you keep joining the trainings and being part of the trading community, you become familiar with some of the terms and what it means. Sometimes it may be like unconscious because the person asks the question and I expect that maybe I go straight to answer the question without branching, defining the terms. Do you get my point? So please forgive me about that, okay? Pardon me for that. All right. But then what I will tell you is I will encourage to do is keep joining the meetings and with time you can be familiar with them or whatever term that you find it so difficult to understand, please write it down. Write it down. When you write them down, at your own free time, you can chat the leaders or the presenter. Maybe the person asked, he said this and you do not understand, so you need assistance. Or better, you can still go to chat GTP. You ask maybe this particular term, what does it mean? You'll be assisted on that. There are so many ways you can be able to get this. So please, pardon me for that. But then I will encourage you to keep joining the meetings. And also, if a term is raised and you don't understand, kindly ask and it will be explained, right? Kindly ask and it will be explained. Thank you. All right. So there is somewhere you explain on trailing stop loss. You mention when you pick 25% or 50% after picking the percentage. Do you click on confirm or you leave it like that? You click on confirm because you want to remove part of that trade, part of that capital in the trade. So you click on confirm to close it. You click on confirm to do what? To close it. That is it. Okay, so I hope I've been able to answer, Susan. I hope I've been able to answer. So in case you want to withdraw some USD from, let's say, 200 from your account, but you realize your trades in futures is still running, should you wait until the trade closes before you can withdraw? Now, if you have an ongoing trade and that $200 is what you are using, $200 is what you are using to trade, it simply means you can't withdraw. Maybe if that $200 is separate from your ongoing trade, then you can proceed to withdraw. But if that same $200 is what is part of your trading funds, then maybe the advice is you have to wait till the trade closes before you can withdraw the money. Desmark, do you get it? If there is an ongoing trade and that is the fund that you are using to trade, then that money cannot be withdrawn unless the trade has been executed. So if you have not executed the trade, you need to wait until it's executed as profit before you withdraw your funds back. Now, I'm new to futures trading. Please, can you tell me about leverage, short and long? How we go about that? How we go about that? Okay, so basically, I'll give you a brief about that. Every Thursday, we do advanced trading and we talk about futures trading. We define all those terms. So I'll encourage you to be present on that. So Sarah Otin, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Ghanaians here. Sarah Otin. So Otin, I don't know, Otin sounds Ghanaian. Sarah Otin. All right. So now when we talk of leverage, okay, in the futures market is an actually it's a contract. Okay, it's like borrowing money. So the exchange lends you money, they borrow you money. Like you see, maybe you have $1. You want a loan 10 times of $1, which is times 10, which is 10x. Maybe you have $20. You want um times 10 of your capital, which is $200, right? So if you want times 10 of your capital, which is 20 times 10. So in actual sense, we call it 10x. It simply means you want 10 of your of this $20, which is 20 times 10. That is the meaning of leverage. So the leverage we have 2x, 3x. In RoyalQ, we use up to 20x. The highest leverage we use in RoyalQ is what? Is 20x. That is it. So when we talk of leverage, that is the lending money they are giving to you, the trader, to add it up to your capital to trade. That is the leverage. Okay. Now, when we talk of long simply means the trader is predicting or expecting the price to rise. And when we talk of short, it simply means the trader or the analyst is expecting or predicting the price to drop. So when the price is dropping, we say short. When the price is rising, we say long. So Sarah, hope that is clear. Hope it is clear. Hope you've been able to derive meaning from that. Okay, so exactly that which go to 200% and above. Okay, so how can I get to know about the pumping coins so that I take advantage of them? How can I get to know about pumping coins? So if you want to know about pumping coins, maybe how can I know about pumping coins? Now, it depends. Okay, there are different tools you can use to discover dumping and pumping coins. So sometimes on in your exchange like Binance, you can see we have so let's use RoyalQ. Sorry, I said RoyalQ. Let's use Coin Market Cap. So on Coin Market Cap, you want to see the pumping coins. Let's go back. So let's see. I'm coming. Okay. So if you want to see pumping coins, over here, come to Dex. So on Coin Market Cap, come to Dex Screener. Okay. Let's use the Coin Market Cap again. So come to Dex Screener. Oh, please, I guess you are following. I guess you are following. I guess you are following. So come to Dex Screener. This is Dex Screener. Okay. Dex Screener. Click on Dex Screener. After clicking on Dex Screener, you can see we have trending, new, and then also gainers. Gainers. Okay. So when we talk of the gainers, that is those assets that has been gaining momentum. So let's click on it to see. Good. When we talk of gainers, those assets that has been pumping, they are the gainers, right? They are the gainers. So you come here, you click on gainers, you can see, look at this. You can see this, you can see this. They are gainers, okay? They are those assets that have been pumping for the past 24 hours. They are the gainers, right? So this is how you can see, you can observe gainers or pumping coins. So please hope I've been able to explain that to you. But my advice to you is do not chase pumping coin. Do not chase pumping coin. Yes, so Sheila has been able to explain that. He said long equals buy and then short equals sell. Yes, that is what it means. So when we see someone is longing, it simply means the person is buying. When you see someone is shorting, that is another name for it, right? That is long. Another name for long is to buy. Another name for short, sell. So in an actual sense, in terms of prediction, the trader is predicting that the price would go down, so he's buying. And then, sorry, the price will go up, so he's buying. And then it's on short, the price will go down, so he's selling. That is what it means. Okay. So, okay, Desmark is saying very yes, it's clear. So please, what causes liquidation in futures? What causes liquidation in futures? What causes liquidation in futures? So let me answer. That will be my last question, or that will be the last question that I will take since you spent almost 2 hours here. other people too will love to watch the tutorial back. So when we make a very long recorded version like that, some people find it so boring. It's not easy to sit down and watch 3 hours session. Those 2 hours is okay, right? So what triggers liquidation? Now, there are about 2 or 3 factors that triggers what liquidation. The first one is high leverage. High leverage. If you use high leverage, the probability that if the market goes against you in a least way, it will be triggered for liquidation is very high. The next one is price movement. Price movement. Now, some assets move very fast. The price move very fast. So when the price moves slightly and you have high leverage, it can go against you. So the next one is what? A slight is price movement. And then the third one is low capital. Low capital. If you have less capital using to trade but using high leverage, it's easy for you to be liquidated. It's easy for you to be what? For you to be liquidated. So these 3 factors may constitute or contribute to your liquidation. So if you don't want to be liquidated, check your capital, the price movement, and then also your leverage. If you are using high leverage, desist. Some of you are having like $2, yet you are using 20x. You have $5 and yet you are using 15x. Slight movement against you would cause you to trigger liquidation. So take notice of that. So friends, that is how we can stay long in the market. We can be making profits. In as much as we want to make money, we should be vigilant. We should also take control, open our eyes and ensure that we are doing the right thing. Do not be greedy when trading. Do not be what? Do not be greedy when trading. Do not be greedy when trading. You may be able to get a result. So you can see this KDA. I'm waiting patiently for it to get back home. Then I take my profits. If you know you don't have much funds, then stay away, right? But I know what KDA will do. So I'm exercising patience smoothly, silently, waiting for it to calm down. Then I take my profits, right? I take my what? My profits. All right. So guys, this is where this is where we will end. Since there is no other question to ask, let me see. How do one get back to trade after pausing coin? You just add capital and unpause it. No. How do one get back to trade after pausing a coin? So this is a typical example. Okay, this is a pause. Repause this trade. Trade. This is it. So if you want to unpause it back or get back to the trade, click on activate. Click here. Why is this thing doing this? Okay, so click here. Click on activate. Presently it is paused, which simply means once it has been paused, it will be very difficult for it to do what? For the trade to close automatic. So if I want to close the trade, I first have to come here and then also click on what? Activate. Once I click on activate, then it will be able to trade. So if I want to get back the trade running, or if I want to get back the trade, then I have to click on activate to do or to reactivate the trade, then do whatever I want to do with it. All right. So guys, I believe that is clear. I believe that is clear. So we spent so Tabi, hope your question has been answered. Tabi, hope your question has been answered clearly. Hope your question has been answered clearly. So if you want to get back the trade, so someone else does trailing mean take profits. Is it one thing? No, no. It depends on we have trailing stop loss and then trailing take profits, right? Trailing stop loss and then trailing take profits. So it depends on how you are using the term. So please, you to use that one as an assignment. Go back and then also check. Go back and then also do what? Check. Okay, so someone is saying, okay, Daiman, thanks for the wonderful education. Just Pascal, so I'll get to Malam shortly to meet your guy. All right. So by the way, God bless you. So let me use this opportunity to thank each and everyone. I really appreciate some of you are doing so amazingly good. And we would always continue to appreciate every single of your efforts. Yesterday, someone blessed me with power bank when I got power distracted and I was not able to continue the meeting. He thought of it and I'll be secured next time so that I wouldn't run out of meeting due to power supply. So he bought power bank for me and it's on way. Okay, it's on way. It's on way coming. So God blesses you so much, and I pray that God will continue to bless you. Whatever you want to understand in your trading journey, may you never lack and may you continue to get it in abundance. I'm always here to be with each and every one of you with a kind heart to ensure everyone can also succeed in this trading industry. I have all my time for you and I'm always willing to help you guys. All right, guys, God bless you so much. So I really appreciate. Very soon I'll receive the power bank, and when I receive it, I will let every one of you sees how good one of our brethren has been able to support the ministry to ensure that we can all stay here and learn together. You see, you can see as we keep if I do more hours here, my battery keeps right. So he thought of it wisely that bringing a power bank would support enough to ensure that it can help me to be able to stay long here and to be with you, especially when there is power cut or there is no power supply. I'll be able to get that power bank, make good use of it, then also support the work of trading. All right. So God bless you, dear. God bless you so much. I really appreciate. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we will end here for today. We will end here for this morning, right? If there is any other meeting, I would let you guys know on the various platforms that we find ourselves. So I so encourage you to keep learning. Trading is not difficult. Trading is all about understanding. Trading is all about what understanding. Just understand what you are doing and be passionate about it. Love it, keep learning and keep growing. You'll be able to get there. Of course, we are the RoyalQ revolutionists. We are the revolutionists and we have the great vision. We are going to win in RoyalQ. We are going to trade to get all the results. And I believe if you don't give up on whatever you are doing, you will surely succeed. I strongly believe in success. That success only comes to those who do not stay reluctant. Success comes to those who are strong enough to make bold decisions. Success comes to those who are so committed. Success comes to those who are willing to consist on their journey. Success comes to those who are so focused without looking back. I believe you can succeed. There is more deposited in you. You can do it, so do not discourage yourself. If it is floating loss that is discouraging you, please do not give up. Take time, learn more. And the more you learn, the more you understand the reason behind your challenges. The more you learn, the more you grow. So please do not give up. Keep learning and keep growing. And I believe surely we will all succeed together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where time will permit us to end. God bless you for your time. God bless you for being here this morning and have a good day. I wish you a happy weekend. Love you all. Bye, 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 bye. I am still Brother Emmanuel. Have a good day. See you all. Bye.